This is what I was born to do. Time to let the world know.
And the players getting themselves into game mode with the tip-off just moments away. It's game time in Denver as the crowd is filing in the Pepsi Center, looking to cheer on the Nuggets. The starting fives for our game. Here are tonight's starting lineups. And as we take a look here at Marc Gasol, guys, what do you think?
You know, it's amazing. You think about the name Gasol, you think of Powell. But Mark is the one who made the All-Star game a year ago, not Powell. So he's become an excellent player in his own right. Great passer off the high post. He's got the strength to go down to the low block and beat you up down there, and he rebounds the ball extremely well.
He just takes up a lot of space with the screens he sets and his body. I mean, the way he gets into people out and inside the key, it just takes its toll on players he's going up against.
For the Denver Nuggets, they come into tonight's game after the loss to Philadelphia. And guys, the hometown fans not pleased with that dreadful performance. They saw their team get knocked out cold.
Yeah, they really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game, guys. And in terms of their offense, nothing seemed to go right.
And once they started...
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Outside, Randolph. Kicks it to Conley. Prince outside. 6 to shoot. Conley against Lawson, and Lawson with the block, and he gets it back.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws of the game. First one falls for him.
Mike Conley, the number 4 pick back in 2007 out of the Ohio State University. He wasn't an instant star in the NBA, but boy, has he continued to improve year in and year out.
And Conley drops them both. And Conley has played his entire career with the Memphis Grizzlies, improving alongside the team.
I feel like he's going to be an all-star before too long. He's the franchise's all-time leader in assists, but I think the stability and the faith that the organization has placed in him has helped him mature and helped him develop into where he is right now, which I think is one of the best point guards in the game.
I would agree. Nice yet again, and Randolph with the layup. It's all knotted up. Looking at Memphis, they took the win in their last game against Phoenix.
And they did just what you have to do as a road team, guys. They never allowed any momentum to build up against them. It seemed like every time they took a punch, they had a counter.
You'll like this, Steve. Reverse spurtability, we call that. They had any defensive lapses, they immediately made up for it with some instant offense.
And here are the Grizzlies with it. Last time they met was in Memphis.
Yeah, last time out against this club, it was a loss that I'm sure is still fresh in their mind. Such a close game, and they were in major foul trouble by the end. They have to feel like it was one that really got away from them.
Now here's Conley. He's coming off a 22-point game against Phoenix.
And how about his defense? 4 steals on the night. He was so aggressive.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I caught up with Coach Dave Yeager. He said that they'd be focusing a lot of their defensive energies on containing Ty Lawson, especially in transition. He added, Lawson is one of the fastest players in the league. So if you let him get out and run, you are putting yourself at a huge disadvantage. We've got to keep him in the half court and limit his penetration. Guys?
All right, Doris. Now here's Randolph. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Suns in Phoenix.
And he played great at the defensive end of the floor, too, Kevin. Had a couple of important block shots in that game, so good all-around effort.
Clock is at 3, but he recovers it. A second-chance effort.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far. He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Chandler's shot, good. And Steve brought up what most people remember, talk about that game, the sight of some key players watching from the bench as they lost a very tight one.
And Kevin, you know what? They don't have anybody to blame but themselves. They were reckless and out of control, and everything that happened to them and went against them was self-inflicted.
You know, when he's in that tight with that kind of height advantage over the defender, that's going to be a pretty easy play for him.
Robinson passes to Wolf. Chandler with the screen on Randolph. Outside for Lawson. Pass to Wolf. Can't get it to go. And Memphis the other way now.
In terms of rebounding, it's been a sensational opening quarter.
I like sensational. That's a good word for it.
That's good. And that makes it a tie ball game.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Lawson dishes to Hickson. Hickson a screen on Randolph. Wolf passes to Hickson, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession.
While we have a chance here, let's check out some stats for Ty Lawson. He's getting around 16 points a game, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. And those are tremendous assist totals. You don't need the numbers, really, to see just how confident he is with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, that's really accurate, Steve. I mean, he is loving playing the quarterback for them.
Ed Davis is checked in for Memphis. Here's Chandler, and that one off the back of the rim and in. Chandler's got his second bucket of the game to go. Memphis trailing here. Outside Conley. He's looking for Prince and finds him. Takes it from 10. Denver grabs the miss. Here's Robinson. He's coming off a 16-point game against Philadelphia. Lawson kicks to Robinson. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. Robinson's got 5 points so far.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Conley against Lawson. Conley kicks to Gasol. Sinks that one from the post. And here's Lawson. He's coming off a 13-point game against Philadelphia.
You know what was great, too, Kevin, was the way he balanced getting his own shots and making plays for others.
Now, here is Robinson. He dishes it to Chandler. 6 to shoot.
You know, guys, you look at the roster of this Memphis team, and they have a lot to offer. Size and strength inside, playmakers on the perimeter, and improving an outstanding point guard in Mike Conley Jr., but you have to wonder, have they hit their ceiling?
The Nuggets shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. Free throw, Chandler. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Goofus is checked in. And he makes both free throws. The Grizzlies trail by 5. They set the pick. Bayless dishes to Kufis. Can't get it to go. And it's Denver the other way. Clark had talked about the Grizzlies don't have a megastar that other teams do to lean on in crunch time. And Steve, you know, they traded the closest thing to that in Rudy Gay last season.
Well, closest thing is right, Kevin. Rudy Gay was not a superstar. He was very, very good, but if he was a true superstar, they would not have moved him. So I think they just felt like they couldn't afford Gay's contract. They wanted to move on and play through their big men, Gasol and Randolph. And I think in the end, probably a wise decision because the team performed very well without Gay anyway.
A different look for Denver. Jordan Hamilton's checked in for Chandler. Foy comes in for Nate Robinson. And Andre Miller has subbed in for Ty Lawson. Denver with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Miller, the pass to Wolf. Kick out to Hamilton. No good on the triple. And the Grizzlies shooting down around 24%. Obviously, they've struggled. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
No, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
Memphis shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
And as a team, they're shooting about 75% on the year.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
Denver's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And it's Miller penetrating. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. And here we go. Miller with the ball. Now defended by Foy. Kufis kicks to Bayless. Passes it to Pondexter. Clock at 6. Here is Bayless, covered by Miller, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Nuggets have gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. Left side, Miller. Here's Wolf, and that one's good. The Machine's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, he's a really difficult cover because if he gets anywhere near the rim, he can finish. Great strength, the ability to convert in the lane. Boy, that's tough to defend.
And applies even if he has to absorb contact getting to the rim.
Man, a gaping hole in the defense that time, and he didn't waste any time getting through it.
Miller dishes to Foy. Out to the right wing. Here's the Machine. He's guarded by Davis. 4 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range. Offensive rebound. Here's Wolf. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, so important to have three-point shooters that can stretch the defense and open things up. These small forwards have been doing just that over the last month. And you look at Hamilton, he's absolutely deadly from outside.
And his range is about as long as it gets. And you'd better have someone on him as soon as he gets across half court, or he'll drop a bomb on you.
As much effort as he expends to get into space on the perimeter and as well as he shoots it, when he does get open, opponents may want to give him a little extra attention out there. I mean, you've got to know where he is. One guy on him might not be enough.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Franklin's checked in. And so he hits both. Now Bayless. He's got 5. And he can't bank that one in.
Take a look at the rebound totals, guys. That's +5 now on the glass.
And, Steve, I don't think there's any question which team came out with more energy and enthusiasm.
Now Pondexter. After the missed 3 from Foy.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss. Jamal Franklin out of San Diego State, the only Division I player last season to lead his team in scoring, rebounding, assists, and steals. High motor. He's a guy who can do a lot of things out on the floor.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Dishes it to Pondexter. Pass to Davis. Here is Bayless, covered by Foy. Here's Davis, and it's blocked by Gallinari. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
Over the last few weeks, let's see how the Nuggets have performed. 2nd in assists, 3rd in fewest turnovers per game. And they also show up as a team in the top 5 in scoring. Boy, this team is balanced and versatile offensively.
Yeah, and Clark, let's go back to the assists for a second. I mean, this is what makes this team good, I think, right now. They're sharing the ball. They're getting great ball movement and spacing. And they've become so efficient offensively that they've become a nightmare to guard.
And Denver has possession, following the shot by Ed Davis. Here's Wolf, off target with the jump hook. And Franklin, one of the all-time great rebounding guards at the college level.
Yeah, an outstanding glass eater for his position. 6'5", almost 10 rebounds a game is what he averaged as a junior, and his athleticism a big part of that. The story there, he lost one of his front teeth on the rim going up for an alley-oop. Now that's bounce and putting your teeth into the rim.
The shot's good from Okoyen.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Miller, the pass to Wolf. Good, and Miller gets the assist. 6 points for the machine.
Andre Miller, one of the best dime droppers around.
The Grizzlies trail by 5. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. The feed now to Pondexter. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
Yeah, that's twice in a row now where they've done exactly the opposite and backed off.
It's Miller on the wing. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Okoyen. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Nuggets lead by 2. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment.
Tune in next Sunday night, January 5th. Ty Lawson and the Denver Nuggets take on Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers. Live from Staples Center. Make sure to catch it.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And when you consider how Denver is doing, Steve and Clark, what are your thoughts?
The defense was really impressive there, guys, in that first quarter. They came out focused right from the beginning.
Here's the machine. He's guarded by Davis. Mozgov kicks to Lawson. Hamilton with a screen on Davis. 6 to shoot. Wolf passes to Hamilton. And another shot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. A moment now to look at the all-time list for blocks in a season. 7'4" Mark Eaton with 5.5 blocks a game. Wow.
That is a ridiculous number, Kevin. Eaton was a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. Just a 4th-round pick out of UCLA back in 1982. Tell you what, he sure panned out for the Jazz.
And the first one drops. Randy Foye, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Miller comes in for Ty Lawson. And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
Pondexter with it, covered by Miller. Bayless dishes to Kufis. Conley into the lane. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. They get Randy Foye.
Well, you know, Mike Conley has always been one of the quickest guards in the league, in my opinion, and just a blur in transition. And for his size, a pretty good finisher with both hands inside.
That's good from Conley. And Conley has always been quick, Steve, but he's learning how to use it seems like different gears to get around defenders.
I agree, Kev. The change of pace, he's gotten so good with his right hand, too, not just off the dribble, but he frequently finishes plays with his right hand in the paint, those little runners. So a lot of skill and to go along with that speed.
And Conley drops them both. The Nuggets trail by 5. Miller, the pass to Wolf. Feeds to Gallinari. Now Hickson inside. Davis with the block, but they'll get another chance. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Wolf. Sinks the 15-footer. The Machine's got 9. Memphis leading by 3. Conley off the pick and Goofus. Here's Bayless, and he drops in the layup off the glass. 16 points for him.
The more touches he gets, the more this lead will grow. He has just been unconscious this quarter.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Gallinari, a screen on Davis. Wolf passes to Hickson. There's the bucket. Good. Hickson's got his second basket of the night.
I like the way they got the ball inside there.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. They set the pick. And Bayless kicks to Kufis. The dish to Bayless. And it's blocked by Wolf. They get it back. And it's Kufis missing.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the board.
Yeah, both teams have really put in a terrific effort down low.
Now here is Conley, following the miss by Andre Miller. Rejected by Gallinari, and he's able to get it back. And that one's good.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
Miller dishes to Hickson. Back to Miller. To the middle. Shot is good, and the Memphis lead's cut down to 3, and the bucket from Wolf.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around.
Here's Conley, and it's blocked by Wolf. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Foy with the ball. That's good.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here the last few possessions.
A minute 20 left in the second quarter. Here's Conley, rejected by Wolf. Now here's Gallinari, guarded by Bayless, and it's the Machine with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Marcus Gasol is checked in for Memphis. Prince comes in for Quincy Pondexter.
Marcus Gasol, Tayshaun Prince.
1:05 left in the first half of the game. Conley kicks to Bayless. Back to Conley. Memphis moving it around. Here's Gasol up and in from the low block. Gasol's got his second bucket of the game to go.
A great second quarter here after a difficult first. I'd say they knocked the rust off. Sometimes it takes a little while before you get the blood flowing and you find your rhythm.
Now here's Hickson, averaging 13 points a contest. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Wolf. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Some outstanding numbers in this one for the Machine. He's got 11 points and also 7 blocks.
I had no idea we'd be seeing a performance like this one today.
Totally dominant. I mean, pure domination.
For Denver, they have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game.
Well, this is something they'd like to improve, guys. About 72% on their free throw percentage for the season.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
That one is no good.
And you look at Ed Davis out of North Carolina, we know he can be a factor with his defense and his rebounding. I think the question with Davis is, can he be good enough offensively? Will he be able to provide scoring inside?
Bayless's shot is off. Prince kicks to Bayless. He feeds it to Conley. To the left side wing. Here's Gasol. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Gasol's got his third bucket of the night. 7 seconds left in the first half of the game. And it's Miller penetrating. And he gets it to go. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Memphis out in front. They lead by a bucket. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
It's halftime. I'm Damon Bruce. Out at Pepsi Center, the action has been good. Memphis on top against Denver. A team definitely in the mix for the playoffs, and as a matter of fact, if they win this one, they'll move into the 8th spot. Some great work out there by Jared Bayless. At the break, 16 points, and his defense has been very solid. He's been bothering shots. He's keeping his hands active, making it difficult for guys to score on him.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The facade of Union Station illuminated as we bring you back to downtown Denver, Colorado.
Wow, this game just a commanding performance for Bayless. He's got 16 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
Yeah, he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense. He's playing the...
The Grizzlies trail by 11. So on the floor for Memphis. Zebo and Marc Gasol are up front. Then there's Allen. Then it's Mike Miller, and it's Okoye in at the point.
I think he's been kind of passive today, and maybe that one will get him going. I think for them to be successful, he needs to be the one to do the bulk of the scoring.
Robinson, that's good.
He played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Memphis has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Randolph, a screen on Lawson. The pass to Allen. Shot clock at 6. Randolph rejected by Wolf, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA in blocks. Look at the machine. A fierce inside defender. Tops in the NBA in blocks.
He's an absolute beast in the paint, Kevin. He takes an awful lot of personal pride in protecting the paint and protecting the rim.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. They trail by 11. Gasol no good.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Lawson drives in. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And you look at Ty Lawson, he was drafted in 2009, a draft class full of point guards. But he got lost in the shuffle, fell all the way to the 18th pick in the draft. But terrific find for the Nuggets, who found their point guard of the future.
The first one falls. And for those who used to watch Ty Lawson lead North Carolina back to the title in 2009, he's doing the same things he did back then here in the pros.
That's exactly right, Kevin. An excellent shooter, a really great passer, unbelievable speed, quickness, and vision. But I think it's the change of pace with that blistering speed that really keeps defenders on their heels. He's a perfect fit for the way Denver likes to play. Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, sometimes it's contagious. Everybody starts to get comfortable and relaxed, and everything goes in the hoop.
Bayless the pass to Franklin. Clock at 6. He kicks it to Bayless. Fires for 3. Denver grabs the miss. Chandler's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Well, they've got the Lakers ahead of them after this game. In their next game, it'll be played in Los Angeles. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Here's the machine. 12 points for him. Stolen by Allen. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
There's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set up, and you can get some easy hoops that way.
Well, and the steal made it possible. It all starts with the defense, and they could use a few more sequences like that one.
Chandler outside. Here's the machine. He's covered by Randolph, and there's the basket. Good from Wolf.
Boy, they've been so sound offensively in the second half. I love the way they're playing.
Yeah, there's really no comparison in the shooting percentages between the teams since the break.
And Bayless kicks to Franklin. Chandler against Davis. He trains the turnaround jump shot.
You know, you can give a defender a lot of trouble if you're consistent with that turnaround jumper. It's almost impossible to block.
Lawson kicks to Miller. Back to Lawson. Here's Chandler. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
And it's blocked. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. Some changes for Memphis. Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Franklin. And it's Conley in for Jared Bayless. So it's Denver now. Miller outside. Robinson kicks to Miller. Denver passing it around. Chandler's shot. Good.
You can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
The Grizzlies trail by 14. Conley with it, and it's Miller picking him up. Conley kicks to Prince. Shot from 6. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Wolf.
Oh, boy, he is just cold as ice. I don't think he's going to be the one to help them cut into the lead.
Outside Robinson. Robinson off a pick from Wolf. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Let's see the stat sheet here on Michael Conley. His last month of basketball has been really solid. Averaging about 15 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds. And he really brings that offensive firepower to this team. Finding ways to score is his specialty.
Yeah, that's his identity, Steve, among other contributions, obviously. But the ability to make plays that put up points, that's a major weapon in his arsenal.
Randolph with the ball. 8 points for him. Conley left side. From deep. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Almost halfway through the season, let's check out the standings out west. You look at the Nuggets. They're sitting pretty, second place, and looking to take the top spot. And, of course, Memphis, 6 games out.
Looking at the Nuggets, they've gotten themselves into exactly the position they wanted to be in at this point in the season. And I can't say that I'm all that surprised by it.
No, I'm not either, Clark. This is a talented team. Coming into the year, I think everybody expected them to be pretty strong. And to this point, I mean, they've done exactly what they wanted to do. And this is a very good basketball team.
Kicks to Prince. 1:35 left here in the third quarter. Banked in off the glass. The Nuggets leading by 14. Miller kicks to Hickson. Chandler outside. Robinson for 3. Another 3 for Denver.
They've had the hotter hand in the first half so far, no question.
Yeah, it's because of all the high percentage shots they've been working for and getting.
The Grizzlies trail by 17. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Allen kicks to Prince. The baseline J. And he gets it to go. Prince has got 4 points now in the quarter. 52 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Robinson. On the wing, Chandler. Passes it to Wolf. 5 to shoot. Hickson, a screen on Davis. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Shots good by Miller.
Man, an even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I know you know about how the basket can seem like it's 10 feet wide when you're in the zone. That's where they are right now.
Conley dishes to Prince. Shot from 16. Hickson grabs the board. Hickson's got 11 rebounds in the game.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he's not helping their offense.
Robinson, that's good.
And another three-pointers to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been bombed away ever since.
Here's Conley. Hits from the high post. Conley's got 10.
You're going to be waiting a long time if you're waiting for him to miss that when he's that open.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Nuggets lead by 19. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. And, Steve, we've got a moment here to go to our State Farm assist of the game, coming on some very clever point guard play.
Well, he mans that position for a reason, Kevin, because he passes the ball so well, sets up his teammates beautifully, really gets this offense into a nice rhythm.
Delivering the pass important, but putting the pass in the right place for a shooter is, as you well know, huge.
Yeah, no question.
The Nuggets leading by 19 points. Wolf in at the 4 spot. Austin out there with Nate Robinson. And there's Hickson. And it's Gallinari in at the 3 spot. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
I would call it an irate finish even.
Conley kicks to Gasol. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Boy, beautiful assist. That's a couple of teammates clearly on the same page.
Denver's gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Lawson loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And the Nuggets lead by 21.
Virtually uncontested. It's nice to be able to add to the lead without really having to work for it.
Dishes it to Allen. Gasol inside. Hickson covering. Unloads from 13. No good from Gasol.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And, you know, from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
Deep 2 from Robinson. And it's Denver scoring again.
You know, when he gets rolling, guys, he can be an absolute handful to have to deal with. And right now, he is rolling strong.
Conley against Lawson. Pass to Allen. Gasol kicks to Allen. Back to Gasol. Allen passes to Conley. Rejected by Wolf. Right side Robinson. Lawson dishes to Gallinari. And Lawson with the drive. And he gets the bucket. Lawson's got 4 points this quarter. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Nuggets.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And I love their hustle because they're getting a lot of second chance opportunities just as a result of playing hard.
A nice shot by Gasol.
Sloppy defense there. You can't let him get the ball in his hands down there.
Well, when he does, that's an automatic bucket.
Robinson kicks to Lawson. Lawson right side. Good on the shot.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
Man, it's not necessarily strategic, Clark. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. Got to play hard, guys.
It's stolen by Hickson. Oh, and here we go with Robinson. Nobody back.
Impressive play there. They have been really good offensively.
Piling up the points en route to this big lead, guys. I mean, they've been unstoppable.
For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Conley kicks to Prince. Banked in off the glass.
Good look. He'll make that one most of the time.
Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
Tayshaun Prince had been a Piston his whole career, guys, and I thought he might end his career there. But last season, he was shipped over to Memphis.
Here's the machine. He's covered by Randolph. Here's the machine. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And Tayshaun Prince, a low-mistake player, offensively and defensively.
Yeah, he doesn't turn it over offensively. He can actually play some point forward because of his ball handling ability. And defensively smart. He doesn't gamble. Just uses those long arms to keep you away from the hoop and challenge your shot.
That's good for Mozgov. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. And so he makes both from the line. Grizzlies have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. Koyen covered by Foy. Now the pass to Franklin. Shot clock at 5. Randolph. And he drops it in from the low post. Randolph's got 4 this quarter.
Very clever passing. That was just beautifully done.
And Foy kicks to Hamilton. Knocked away. Pass to Wolf. Hits the jumper.
Wow, such a steady hand. He's the one responsible for getting them this late lead.
Can't argue with that at all, Steve. His shooting percentage has been off the charts.
Clark David struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Passes to Franklin. He dishes it to Randolph. Baseline try. Again, Memphis. Denver's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. Here's the machine. He's covered by Randolph. Here's Wolf. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And for Memphis, they're shooting at a decent 44% clip here. And stolen by Miller. The feed now to Foy. Back to Miller. Now the dish to Foy. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound and out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession.
22 seconds on the shot clock. 22.
Koyen covered by Foy. Outside Randolph. Lays it up and banks it in. Randolph's got 10 points here in the second half.
You know, offensively, his quarter has been perfect. Not a single missed shot. They got to keep riding him.
Miller outside. Feeds to Foy. Here's Wolf. Kupas with the block. And they'll keep possession. Nice shot by Foy.
And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
Foy's gone 50% from the field, 3 of 6. Koyen, the pass to Randolph. And another basket for Memphis.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just total obliteration. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Nuggets.
Clark, this was a physical game.
Yeah, but the awareness they had offensively to penetrate really was the difference.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And you see the contributions from the role players on the team. And, boy, what a game it was for the machine. And with the way he came out energized on the defensive end, getting a hand on a lot of shots, that really got them rolling.
Pondexter dishes to Kufis. Memphis moving that ball around. Oh, good from Okoye.
That's an easy shot there. That's a shot that he should make more often than not.
Kicks to Hamilton. Randy Foye is on the way. 44 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's the machine. He's covered by Randolph. That's good.
And a terrific run to really put this ball game away.
And now let's see how many more points they can throw up there before the horn sounds.
Franklin passes to Okoye. He feeds it to Randolph.
Nuggets foul call. Timothy Mozgov. That's his first personal foul. At the line for the Grizzlies, Zach Randolph. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And Randolph drops them both. 19 seconds left in the fourth. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
Sure can, because they've earned the win.
Now, here is Foye. He's guarded closely, and there's the pass to Wolf. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Nate, what does this performance tonight tell you about this team, and what happens out there on the court when you guys are having some success?
For us as a team, we just got to play hard. That's what we did tonight. We let a couple wins get away from us the last past 2 games. Tonight, we just came in, just try to play as hard as we can, and we did that.
You certainly did, Nate. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, The Machine.
Hey!